Before we get started, I got one thing to say before we even begin. Ashtray, bitch! Welcome back, everybody.
What's up? What's up?
Another episode of Cynicism. I'm Eric.
It's your boy Dante, man. We'd like to welcome y'all back, and today we're going to be reviewing Tyler Perry's A Fall from Grace.
Yes. Basically, this movie is about a woman who's been in prison and pretty much for murdering her husband. The movie starts with her in prison, and a public defender gets assigned to the case. All the details and everything, the situation isn't what it exactly appears to be.
No, it never is.
Boy, let me tell you, there's some characters in this one. The main star of the movie is Crystal Fox. She's a great actress. It's just that I don't really like her in Tyler Perry movies. Yeah, so it stars Crystal Fox. She's the main lead. I forget the girl's name, the public defender's name, but also Felicia Rashad. Cicely Tyson is in this as well. As far as the acting and everything, it's hit or miss. The actresses, there's strong actresses in the movie. It's just that the script that they're given to work with, is questionable at times. To say the least. To say the least. The movie pretty much is about this older woman who is going through a divorce, and her friend, encouraged her. Her friend, who's played by Felicia Rashad's character, encourages her to go out. Girl, you need to get out, meet somebody. So she takes that advice and she goes out and meets our male lead, a young. I guess the movie wants you to think he's attractive. She ends up going out to this gallery. She meets this guy. He's saying all the right things. She quickly falls for him, and eventually they get married. And that's when things start to take a turn for the worse. Immediately turn for the worse. The main guy, the lead. I don't recognize this actor, and I don't have no problem with him as an actor. Yeah. But I think the way that the script was written, he was forced to, and I will also say I know Tyler Perry comes from a play background. That's where he got his start. And a lot of the times his movies feel like theater to me. The way that this dude portrayed himself and his lines, it's like the movie wanted you to think he was at this level, but then you look in and you like, he seemed down here somewhere. Yeah. I couldn't take him. at all. Was cheesy. I couldn't take his wig. Before we go any further, these wigs they're like their own characters. Yes. They're like characters of their own in this movie. Like, they got their own personality. They just be doing their own thing on people's heads. I couldn't take none of it. Like, I was like, nigga, so he wearing a shirt. They both got jackets on. Every scene, his shirt unbuttoned. I'm like, dude, pick a side. It's either cold or it's hot. Right. Like, what the fuck? It was how he presented himself. It's like no woman in real life would be attracted to him. I didn't know what his swag was. He had a fucked up haircut. He had, like, these sensu beads on. I think he was supposed to have, like, an eclectic type style. Like a worldly type. They missed the mark. She kept saying, like, oh, he was so charming and he was so... I'm like, he has not displayed not one bit of charm yet. That's the problem with a lot of Tyler Perry's projects. Like, people are like caricatures of actual people. Right. The way that they talk and act in certain situations is so ridiculously unrealistic. They wanted the audience to believe this was like a transition into like a, something that he didn't appear to be initially. Right. But it changed so abruptly. It was so drastic. It was such a drastic and abrupt change. Right. Like, it was just like, who does this? Right. He was just acting so ridiculous and over the top, as most Tyler Perry's characters are. Right. We see this guy acting, I guess, out of character or out of the ordinary. He's like downstairs in the living room, like on the phone. If she goes down just to see, because it's like the middle of the night, she goes down to see who he's on the phone with. And the way that he reacted to her, like questioning him, was just crazy. First of all, he never told her who he was on the phone with. Never. And then he got mad at her because she was questioning him. Right. And she approached it in a, like, it was a cool, she wasn't like argumentative. Yeah. She was just like, hey, like a normal person. Who you talking to? What you talking about? And he got ridiculously defensive. He immediately paused. He was like, two things I don't like. I don't like when people question me. And I don't like being. I was like, nigga, what are you talking about? He in her house. Right, I was like, dude. He didn't move into her house. That's another problem I had with his character. Like, he wasn't doing anything in a smooth, realistic manner. He was just out in the open with the disrespect.
Right. No gradual transition. He just was immediately a dick, like out of nowhere.
He just moved in and started fucking bitches.
Right. Right. Scene almost immediately. He's a completely different person.
After that scene, like when she cuts him downstairs, he's like a dick for the rest of the time. All of this shit just happens at such an accelerated rate.
Yeah.
So she gets in hundreds of thousands of dollars a day. She addresses him or approaches him with it, like, you know, what's going on. He pretty much said he was entitled to that money. He's completely unremorseful about the situation.
Yeah.
On top of that, he's like out here clearly. He's cheating with other women in the house, in the bed. Another ridiculous scene.
Hand over his Johnson.
Which I had a problem with that. Just not on the weird shit, but it's like, if you're gonna show somebody naked within the realm of the movie, why are you covering your junk in front of your wife who know what your shit look like, and in front of the woman that you fucking who also know what your shit look like? Like, that made no sense to me. Not that I wanted to see it, but within the realm of the content of the movie, that did not make sense to me.
Right, I agree.
So,
I agree. He was like, don't look at my wee wee.
Right. All right, we can get to the goddamn the fuck, I can't even get it out. The headbanger nigga out. And that was her final breaking point, where she just decided to beat old boy in the head with a bat. I don't even know if she got a bat from. Why she got a bat?
Right.
She bangs him in the head, and I'm talking about, she consistently continually banging him in the head with the bat. She hitting him multiple times. She got blood all on her face. She pretty much just snapped, looked like she blacked out.
Yeah, his face looked like a strawberry apple.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
All right, whatever. The public defender went to go visit Grace's best friend. Based on like what she's described as her character, she starts to believe that she's possibly innocent in this whole trial, and she's gonna try to prove her innocence, or whatever. Right.
And there's no evidence to really support.
Yeah.
I think
we saw her murder the dude, which is more wild.
And she told her that. We're starting to get to the climax / conclusion because they all one piece. The lawyer that's working on the case gets information. There was a house mentioned earlier in the movie. The husband is there. The husband that was presumed dead.
Yeah. She finds old boy in there.
Boy, he looked beat the fuck.
Yeah, his face all crazy. So then he ended up capturing her?
Yeah, he ended up taking her hostage or something. The movie fucking crazy.
Yeah, this movie is nuts.
Yeah.
He takes her back to Phylicia Rashad's basement?
Yeah.
Where
they tie her up.
Oh my God. There's all these old people down there, man. She got an old people collection in that basement. Ooh, boy, this movie got crazy.
Why you have to actually hold the elderly captive? Right. Like, you could just get their wallet if you're trying to take their identity. Like, why you gotta take them?
And then leave them living.
Right. Right. Like, the fuck? I'm in the basement for the rest of my life? You know, why you run up my fucking Amex?
Long story short, we gotta get through this. Yeah. Grace's ex-husband, or, you know, the husband that we thought was dead, he ends up getting shot and killed for real this time. He turned out to be Phylicia Rashad's son? Yeah. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
I watched this movie, man.
Is that what I'm telling you? That's what the movie was telling us. Yeah.
After the smoke clears, you know, dust settles, this information is brought to the courts, and Grace is pretty much released, clear of all charges that were presented to her. So the pros, the three female lead actresses, I really enjoy. I think they're great. Phylicia Rashad, Crystal Fox, and Rachel Webb.
That's fair.
And Cicely Tyson, it's always a treat to see.
Phenomenal actress, yeah. She a legend.
And this is not necessarily a good thing, but the shit was funny to me.
Oh, yeah. So it's hilarious. It's so bad, it's hilarious. I laughed at how over the top and ridiculous it was. Yeah. I thought the actors were clearly good actors. Yeah. I just don't think that the script and the way that it was directed would probably lead you to believe that. But I could tell.
Well, that's the nicest diss I ever heard. Go ahead. Cons. The wigs were wild. Yes. Tyler Perry's wig was wild.
Yes.
The main guy's wig was wild.
The wildest.
Crystal Fox's wig was probably the most tame, and it was still wild.
Yeah. I didn't understand what happened to her character in prison. Like, I needed more information. Yeah. I understand she in prison. I'm like, why her hair gotta fucking look like that?
Right.
Like, we know that she's downtrodden. The hair is supposed to convey that. So then the way she was talking, I'm like, this is an educated woman that worked at the bank. She in there talking like 12 years a slave.
Yeah.
Just like, he was so attractive, I couldn't believe. I was like, what the fuck? Give me my money, Shannon.
But it was some interesting scene transitions that just felt a little abrupt to me. Like, we mentioned some of the inconsistencies, like just even some of the simple as the props.
What I've heard from some of the other movies that he's done is that he don't do a lot of reshoots. And I think it shows, you know what I'm saying? He had posted something a while ago where he was like, he had like a mountain of scripts. And it was supposed to be like a motivational clip. He was like, yeah, I'm out here working. I'm like, but if you, and I remember looking at that even before this movie came out and being like, all right, if you got 100 scripts, how many of them are good? Like, just because you have 100 scripts don't mean that they're quality scripts. I don't think I'm his audience, and I recognize that. I don't think that he's making movies particularly for somebody like me.
Another thing, man, and this shit blew up all over social media. The extras are bad, but it's one.
Yeah.
The worst offender was that old man in the diner. He ain't put forth no effort in trying to even appear to be doing anything that we supposed to believe he was doing in that scene. And the problem with the scene is they focused on him on multiple occasions, making it that much more glaring in the scene.
I thought this was a Tom Cruise
movie. The biggest con for me personally, it's just an overused cliche in Tyler Perry movies. It's the abusive, the verbally abusive and physically abusive black man character
specifically
that always get thrown in the time. I don't even care if it's a comedy. They gonna throw a woman beater or a verbal abuser in the script somehow. Character. It's like way unrealistically nice, sweet guy, or way domestically violent black man.
He don't know how to write a normal man. Like, he don't know how to write just a regular average Joe.
He wasn't physically abusive in here, but the verbal abuse made up for it tenfold.
He might as well have been. I felt like he hit her.
That brings us to our overall review.
The moment of truth.
Yeah.
Right.
Based on the information provided, man, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give a fall from Tyler Perry a fall from grace?
I would probably give this a 4.5. I think the actors were decent. The writing I had a complete issue with. Yeah. The directing I had an issue with. It was entertaining. Like, I'll say that. I was at least able to laugh at some of the bad parts of this movie.
I was gonna give it a 5 at first. I was like,
yeah.
I feel like 5 is like right, like it was fine.
Yeah.
This movie was less than 5.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 as well. Yeah. I like the actresses in this movie. It's just that the materials they were provided was just not good.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Cynicism. I hope you have a great time. We had a great time reviewing this movie for you. Not necessarily a great time watching it.
I mean, it had its moments.
It had some moments.
If y'all like what y'all saw, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and come back to see us.
Come back and see your boys.
Yeah. Good time.
Peace.